Hello and welcome to the July edition of Pick Up the Crap, the series that looks at the North American video game market for hardware and software sales. I'm your host, the one, the only, Jodecideion. Once again, not all the hardware numbers were released officially, so I have actual numbers for a few systems and then the rest are sheer estimates. The best selling piece of hardware for the month of July was the Nintendo 3DS. According to Nintendo's PR release, the system is said to sell anywhere from 150,000 to 141,000 systems. The number 2 best-selling piece of hardware and the best-selling home console was the Xbox 360, selling 107,000 systems in the month of July. The following numbers are sheer estimates gathered by people from NeoGAF from reliable sources. Coming in at number 3, the PS3, selling 79,000 systems. Number 4, the Nintendo Wii, selling 35,000 systems. Number 5, the Nintendo DS, selling 31,000 systems. Number 6, the Wii U, selling 29,000 systems. And the last selling system is the PlayStation Vita, selling 16,000 systems in the month of July. Here are the best 10 selling games for the month of July. Once again, I do not have actual numbers of what the game sold. I do know that NCAA is on the high end of the spectrum, with everything else being below it, around 200,000 and less. Number 1, NCAA football, 14. Number 2, Minecraft, 360 exclusive. Number 3, The Last of Us, Sony exclusive. Number 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Number 5, Animal Crossing New Leaf, 3DS exclusive. Number 6, Far Cry 3. Number 7, Battlefield 3. Number 8, Injustice Gods Amongst Us. Number 9, NBA 2K13. And number 10, Lego Batman 2. Before I move on to the next segment, I want to give you a little bit of information with the game sales. Nintendo said that combined retail and digital, Animal Crossing New Leaf sold 150,000 copies in the month of July. The rumor currently is that The Last of Us sold around 120,000. That makes sort of sense when you look at Animal Crossing on 2 spaces below The Last of Us. Also, this shows that part of that 3.4 million shipped by Sony across all regions is mostly shipped. Even though we do know that The Last of Us sold around 1.2 million in the first month of release in June, the following month only 120,000, that's a drastic drop. So meaning everybody bought the game, were anticipating the game. There's no one else picking the game after that. Word of mouth hasn't took hold yet, and basically if you're a fan of Uncharted games or you're a fan of Naughty Dog, you pick up that game as soon as it came out. Now it's time for my Going Public segment. In this segment, I want to discuss a current topic going on amongst the analysts in the industry and gamers on YouTube in general. When it comes to trying to use past history, past console success and failure to explain the current situation of the Wii U. For instance, comparing the Wii U to the sales of the Nintendo GameCube or the Sega Dreamcast. While the analysts like to use the failure of the GameCube sales-wise and market share-wise to show how dire the current situation with the Wii U is, common sense lets us know that they're basically not even comparable. The situations and the variables that coincide with both consoles during their time of release are too varied to give an honest and fair opinion on both consoles. I do want to say this though. I believe when it comes to the GameCube and trying to explain or look at the fate of the Wii U, there's one way to do it that is pretty, I'm not going to say accurate, but it's pretty fair. I've been under the opinion that the GameCube, the 22 million systems sold in 5 years of the GameCube, is the actual current user base of so-called hardcore, diehard Nintendo fans, fanboys, what do you want to call it. That's the current number of total Nintendo fanboys. And it could be even lower after the whole Wii U casual explosion. But I'm gonna say, to be fair, the current Nintendo base of loyal people who buy Nintendo consoles or Nintendo games is around 20 or 21 million. While I can't really honestly back this up with numbers, using just common sense and looking at past sales figures, you can kind of see that Nintendo and its console user base has been on decline ever since the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And most of this is due to having competitors, rivals, other console makers coming in. With each new console provider coming in, either it be Sega, Sony, or Microsoft, Nintendo has lost gamers to them. When it comes to niche industries like gaming, comics, anime, once a base is established, new bases are formed by the shifting of the original base. Gamers don't appear out of nowhere. People who are gamers now game before other consoles, and then taste changed or they shift loyalties. For example, look at the current success of the 360 in the North American market. The 360 success is due to them cannibalizing on the PS2 user base and causing them to jump sides from the PS2 to the 360 instead of the PS2 to the PS3. This same shift may happen again when it comes to the Xbox One and the PS4. With the Wii and the DS being somewhat of a sales anomaly, causing a vast majority of new gamers to come in out of nowhere, and then at this point find no ways to keep that user base. If Nintendo can keep at least half of the user base it gained from the Wii and the 3DS for its 3DS system and Wii U system, you can look at that as a moderate success. So for the Wii U, if it can have a lifetime sales of 40 to 45 million systems sold in 5 years, it can be considered a success and also a start of a new user base to grow on. The same with the 3DS. If it can reach half of the 150 million systems the DS sold, it can establish a new handheld Nintendo base that it can then try to grow on in the next system cycle. For Pick Up the Crap, I'm your host, the one and only Jodecideion. I'll see you next time. Peace.